This video is a demonstration of the device records service in the FMC REST API. Device records service allows you to work with device attributes, which you can see displayed in the FMC dashboard under the Devices tab. Devices, Device Management will give you a list, as we can see here, of all the devices on the FMC. In a previous video, we added this device, FTDV 159. Now, if I select it, I'll go to the device information page, and there are several tabs for that. If we look at the device information, we see a number of attributes: the name of the device, whether it will transfer packets, enabled, system information, what model it is, what version of the software it runs, license information, which licenses are supported. Well, we have base, malware, threat URL filtering. These are all enabled at registration time when we added it to the FMC health policy, and then of course this is the host IP address. So any of these fields we can also read and write a subset of these using the REST API. The way we do that is going to the REST API client. We click Devices, and we see the Devices, Device Records service, and it supports all 4 HTTP operations: get, put, post, and delete. Click Get, click Get again, and we get a response. If we take a quick look at this data, we'll see that indeed it corresponds to that device. There's the name FTDV 159, and we get a minimum amount of information back from it, which is the device's UUID in the system. But this is, again, minimal information. By default, the REST API is terse, and we need to give it the expanded query parameter. Set expanded to true. Run get again. I'm copying that JSON response, and we get much more information, and it includes all the metadata for the device here in items. We have its ID, name, description, all sorts of model information, the health status, which you can see on the dashboard, health policy, access policy that's been assigned to it, host name, license capabilities. A setting here, prohibit packet transfer is false, so that corresponds to transfer packets here. So note, the logic is reversed. Prohibit packet transfer is false means that packet transfer is actually enabled, and that corresponds here. So everything we see here should correspond to the dashboard. So we can read that. We can also write some of that information, and the way we do that is through the REST API. You select put operation. Now what we're going to do is send it a subset of this JSON data, and the thing to do is you take the same data that you requested and you send it back, but we don't need all of it. Basically, it's going to be a portion of the items object, so let's delete all this metadata, links and paging. We won't need that. We also won't need this metadata object within the JSON. And again, this is why I like to use Notepad++ because it highlights the brackets, lets me know what's contained, so I never have unpaired brackets. I know what is necessary and not. Metadata, highlighted this bracket so I can get the entire object. All right, so now we have a set of JSON fields that we can send, and I think I'll get rid of that too. All right, let's change a few things. Change the name. Let's abbreviate the name to FTDV159. Let's give it a new description. This is the FTD device at, and I'll put the IP address. Finally, let's change that packet transfer. We're going to prohibit packet transfer, so when we look at the dashboard, this should say no. All right, so there's our JSON data. Let's take a copy of that. Copy, paste into the API client. All right. Now, I believe something I'm going to need here is object ID. Object ID refers to the device. It's the device ID. So it's this UUID that we got back from our first request. Just paste that in there. So this UUID means the device that we're going to change. Okay, and I put all that JSON data in here. It is a very small window. That's why I like to work in Notepad++. Much easier to work there and just paste it in. All right, put, and I got a parse error. Can you spot it? It's this last comma. Very common when you're playing around with the deleting objects and fields inside the JSON that there were subsequent data here, and I forgot that the final one has no comma. It will barf on that. So I took that out. That should be well formed, and we'll try the put again. Does a little thinking. Success. All right. So first, let's run a get. And we can just run the get on that same device. If I say get, if there were multiple devices on this FMC and I ran get, it's going to retrieve all the information for all the devices. And since we only have one, we're only seeing one, but I can put this in here and be specific. I'm going to be explicit about it. All right, so I get that back. Let's take a quick look at it. And what did we change? Well, we changed the name, and you can see that's different. The description didn't change. That's probably a bug. And we changed prohibit packet transfer to true. So that changed. Let's look at the dashboard and see if any of this changed. So what we're going to do is just going to go back to devices, select that again. That's going to refresh the information here, give the dashboard a chance to reread it. And it's this. Okay, so the name changed to FTDV159. And I do not see the description didn't change. Let me try that one more time. The description did not change. The name changed. And transfer packets did not change. And that's a bug. But that is technically how you would run a request to update fields within the device record using the REST API. Your mileage may vary.